Hi guys, welcome back. So another live stream today, and just to give you guys a recap, we previously finished our manuscript system. So if you're asking what are manuscripts, so basically manuscripts are items that we will find in the world. Like for example, if you're exploring here, and then you'll find some table or something, and then these manuscripts will spawn um, these areas. Basically, manuscripts are like blueprints for us to collect and gather, and these blueprints will unlock the item that is written inside the manuscript. Like for this case, it's a crude hatchet, so it should be spawned in the world like this. Then if you find it, you just take it and then give it to Francis. And by giving it to Francis, it will unlock the this crude hatchet in your workbenches for you and your minions to craft. So we already made the UI, so this one, and so there's another type of manuscript, by the way, the building manuscript, but we really didn't make buildings for this yet because we don't really have it in the game yet, like quest that requires us to build stuff. But we do made a building system already that uses the builder flag, which I also demonstrated on the previous live streams. So today we will continue building this crafting mechanic, but we'll be focusing on the crafting manuscript instead of the building one. So we'll be dropping these items for now, because we don't need the building manuscripts yet. We just need the smaller ones. Let's check first the difference though. So the crafting manuscript is smaller than the building manuscript. So that's their difference. Okay, so let's go. So let's head back to the ruins of Ashendale. As we have there are workbenches, and Francis is also stationed there. So I went to this place to see some like optimization stuff. I wanted to check the mines. We just recently optimized it as of the moment. So yeah. So let's go back to Francis, and then we're gonna set this one up. So what we need to do is we need first to build a system that spawns items, like spawns these manuscripts in the world. So that's the first thing that we need to do. Wait, hold on. Let me just set things up here first. So yeah, so we need a system for that. There's already a system for them, but we need to make a layer to be added to that system so that it can save the data that has the item name, this one, that indicates what item to spawn or what type of manuscript are we spawning, and its quality as well. So that's the next thing we're gonna do. Once we arrive there at Ashendale, you want that place to be our spawn point. Okay. Okay, so while we're going there, actually, during our free time, I actually had sessions with Aya and Vince. So we're currently playing Elden Ring, and just to study level design, the art direction, and the gameplay aspect of it. So, because most likely we have like RPGs have the same stuff, right? So yeah, we're totally playing. It was fun. We did PvP because there's a multiplayer system. It's a mod that you can play together with a lot of people, so up to 6. So we did use that mod, and then explored Limgrave. We're still at Limgrave at the moment. I've been playing Elden Ring before, like I don't know, before I started making Wisplight, like when it launched actually. And I just played the base game, but I haven't played the DLCs yet. So right now we're trying to play the DLC. All right, so we're here. So we have here. This is what I meant by the builder flag. So it gives you options on what to build in that area. So like a rock chunk storage, a stone slab storage, and so on. And you just need to supply it with resources. So yeah. So these flags will appear if you're gonna give Francis the building manuscripts. So he will say that okay, thank you for this manuscript. And then I will put flags in the settlement to where I need resources to be sent to. So the player will just need to go to the flag and then supply it with resources, and then Francis will just, once you notify the builder, Francis will just go there and then build it. So that's the idea for this builder flag. Okay, so we have here, so the ones here on the table are actually from the spawners that we made. So we already have a spawning system already, but it doesn't have data for the manuscript item name and the manuscript quality. So as you can see here, there's no image, right? There's no text and so on. It's just saying crafting manuscript. So this is the first thing we need to make before we can proceed to the next phase. Okay, before we start with the next phase though, ideally the next phase will be linking, like giving functionalities to Francis so that we can hand over to Francis our manuscripts. And then I don't know the UI yet. If you have some suggestions, feel free to chat or comment down below. But ideally, we tell Francis that we have manuscripts, and then we'll just give him the manuscripts. Or maybe there's just an option like this one you see below, take or show details or something. Then, or maybe we can do interact with Francis, or just directly give manuscripts. So I'm not sure yet what to do, but that's the general idea. Then once you give it to Francis, he will tell you that he will share this knowledge to the obelisk so that the skeletons, and including you, the player, can learn how to craft these items. So basically, he is sharing his experience through the blueprints or the manuscripts, so that the player or the wisp or the monster or the minions itself can craft these items. So it's either the player or the minion who will craft them. So these are the items that are readily available. So currently it's already available by default. We don't want it like this. We want it to just have maybe simple stuff here, like a cudgel. This is fairly simple. It's just one plank maybe, or two planks, and a spear maybe. So that's the basic ones, spear and cudgel. I didn't place the spear here yet because I don't have animations for like the spear animations yet. So I'm still waiting for that. So yeah, so that one we need the crude cudgel. I will be placing the crude cudgel and a spear. The rest, everything will be searched. So these are the only two that we can craft in the workbench that is by default is already there. So yeah, and as for the other stuff like this one, the lumberyard. So technically planks and firewood, so they're generally there. But in the future we'll be adding more to the lumberyard. Maybe other ways to like more resources here, like maybe carved planks or something different. So yeah, so that's the general idea. Okay, so let's do this first, and then let's do the system that spawns the correct item. That's the first thing we need to do. Okay, let's go. Sorry. So while waiting for Unity to load, these are the new items. So we have now the refined armor. It's called a chest guard, or refined chest guard. So this is the upgraded version of this one, the other chest guard or neck guard. And then we also have the refined helm. This is the higher version of the helm, the standard helm, which is this one. Yeah, and some gloves and so the new leather gloves or leather padding wraps, leather arm guard. Yeah, that's what we call it. So we have an arm guard now. Okay, so let's go. So this one is the spawner, actually. So here. So we call this this is a single spawned object controller. So let's see this, because I totally forgot this system. I made this months ago and I forgot how I did this. Okay, so I did make some notes here. We are spawning from the pool, okay? So save system statement interactive. Left state is used, means the spawner is no longer needed in the game and will be destroyed. Okay. So this is for the Aether vessel. So Aether vessel spawner, then Aether vessel is spawned. Then the Wisp, meaning interacted, and then bird captured Wisp used. So we're gonna make something like this. So the flow should be crafting manuscript, script spawner, and then it will spawn the crafting manuscript object, game object. Then if picked up, let's just put some notes. So state should be interacted, okay, and then given to Francis, so state should be used. So yeah, so this is how we should do it. And we're gonna make a detour here. So if it's not interacted, but if drop to the ground, state should go back to not interacted, but should reset. State should reset, or not state, but save should be deleted. Reset the state to the original. Okay, so we do this because so we can reset the item to its original position. So just to clarify this system, so what this system does is we have the spawner, right? So this is essentially the spawner. This one. This is the spawner. So we're not placing directly the objects in the world. These are the spawners. And then the spawner, this crafting manuscript spawner will craft the manuscript, which is the object that we're interacting. So the object on the ground. Okay. So if the manuscript is picked up, it should say its state, that it is interacted. So if it's picked up, that means that we're saving it in our inventory system. So it saves also its crafting manuscript item name, as well as the crafting manuscript quality, right? So there are two options after. So first, if we give it to Francis, the state will be marked as used. So that means we're just gonna delete this manuscript on enable or on awake or on start. If not, if it's dropped on the ground, we're gonna mark, reset it, like delete the save file for this system, for this specific manuscript, delete it so that it will just reset to the original one. That's the general idea. Okay, so let's do that. So for the Aether vessel, so it's fairly simple. So we see an Aether vessel, we spawn the Aether vessel, and then we interact with it by picking it. So picking Wisp. So Aether vessel, then break vessel, and Wisp comes out. Okay, and then player captured Wisp is used. Okay, so with this system also, with the Aether vessel, if you break an Aether vessel and then exit the game, you return inside the game. So it will no longer be an Aether vessel, but a Wisp there floating. So that's how it should be. So the object should know its state. What state is it in, so that we can save it, so that if accidentally, or if the player exits the game should know the last state of that object. Oh, that's how we should do it. Okay, so next, we already have a save system for this one in the inventory, but we don't have a save system here in this one. So we should first let's see. Yeah, let's check first the Aether vessel. So this is Aether vessel, right? Then model. So I'm trying to think how we should name our manuscript. So this is C manuscript, crafting manuscript 1. So I'm thinking, how are we gonna name it? Just one way to do it is to just put it inside one string and then parse some stuff here. Now let's see. Let's investigate first the Aether vessel, how we did it, because I totally forgot. So we have here this one, interactables, and then this is the Aether vessel. This is the one. So an Aether vessel is this, and it interacts with this one. A persistent object controller. It says here, so the spawner ID will connect to this, which attached to the game object for spawning from the pool. This is the spawn ID of the control. So save system. Okay. So this one is in charge. Okay. I see. So basically, this is just a holder to hold which state this is in. Oh, let's see. Yeah. Let's see here. So if we're trying to interact with it, we will be saving the spawner ID, which is attached to the persistent object. So that's the general idea. So I'm thinking how to do this. Let's see. So we're doing this one, and then we're doing this one. What if we're gonna put it here in the spawner ID, like the data itself? That's one option. Just checking it. So I want it to be just one line. I don't want it to be another array to contain the data. So I want it to be something like so we'll just go with cm underscore, then so cm means crafting manuscript or crafting. That to be very clear, maybe, or just cm hatchet, for example, or cm crude hatchet, like that. Let's just make this as bm, so building manuscript. Let's say we call this workbench. No. Workbench or workbench log blank storage. Let's just leave this for now. We're just gonna focus on this one. This one here. Okay. So spawner ID is cm underscore crude hatchet. Okay. Okay, so let's see. So this is the one that will be placed here. Oh no, this is the one that we're trying to spawn. So if this system, the spawner spawns something, it will spawn essentially this one, the crafting manuscript, right? Then we have this and a persistent object controller. So let's test this one first. Let's just delete this one for now. We don't need the building stuff yet. We'll just focus on this one. Maybe we create two just for testing purposes. Then we'll just rename the other one to, let's just call it hammer. It should carry the data for hammer, so crude hammer. So cm crude hammer. Okay, let's try. Let's take notes here as well. Need to take some notes. Single spawn object controller. Okay. Naming. Naming IDs. Just a guide that I won't forget in the future. Okay. So naming IDs. So to for other items, for most items, it's just name and item name underscore x or x or n number. So example, Aether. Is it Aether? Let's see. So it's just Aether there. Aether underscore 01. So for manuscripts, let's just specify crafting manuscripts. It's cm underscore quality. Let's specify item quality underscore item name. So example, cm underscore crude hatchets. Okay, so that's how we should name things. Let's see, for buildings though, I don't know yet. Maybe, I don't know, let's just skip it for now, maybe. I don't know yet how to do it. Let's just skip the building stuff for now. Let's just focus on crafting manuscripts. Okay. Yeah, let's try this. Let's see if this carries over to this here, our items. This one, the spawner ID. That's the goal. It should be placed here in the persistent object. And once we have that, that's the time we're gonna put data in this one. Because we have here this, right? We have here pickable item controller and this one, the 2-1. So what we send from the save file, we will place it here as quality and item name. So let's test it first if it works. Okay. So again, let's go back to other stuff while waiting. So yeah, we're currently working on the slavers faction. These faction are the ones that are occupying the prison camps, the prison mines rather. These are guards. Yeah, let's do this. So let's see. Let's check. The goal for now is to check if the spawner ID is attached to the item we're spawning. That's the goal. So these are the nodes that we're trying to get. So this time I did put some notes. It's a good thing I placed notes here because I would like forget everything if I didn't. Anyway, so here we have the two crafting manuscripts and it does not have anything in it, see? And let's see first if these two let's see if these two will have the spawner IDs. So there you go. So it did save CM crude hammer, and the other one is there, CM crude hatchet. So this one, it will be very easy because we're just gonna copy this and then put it here in the pickable item controller, quality, and then hatchet. It should be placed here. Right. So if that's the case, let's see. Let's check. So if you press Alt, so see, so it should display this one. Indicating that it is a hatchet manuscript. Hi Thando. So right now I'm working on the manuscripts. So we have this one, right? You already know this. So the next goal is to let the spawner system know what they are spawning. So like this one, the crude hatchet manuscript, so that if it spawns, it should have the data immediately. And then all we need to do is just take it like this, and then it should be placed here. So that's the next goal. So far it's working fine. Okay, so next is since this worked already, we now need to make a system for this this crafting manuscript, because it's right now it's just pickable item controller here. So we should make a controller for the crafting manuscript itself, right? Like this one, we have here a controller for the Aether vessel. So we need one for the crafting manuscript itself. So let's make that one. So let's call it crafting manuscript controller. Okay, so what this does is fairly simple. We just need to link these two. So basically it's just linkers. It links these two together, because persistent object controller and pickable item controller is it is also present in other items, like this one, the Aether vessel. Like if we check this one, see it also has persistent object controller, and some items as well, like the basic coding. If you see this is a pickable item as well. So we won't mess with this script. We don't want to mess with this, because if we're gonna put functions here that others don't need, so it will be a waste. So let's just make our very own unique controller for this crafting manuscript. Okay, so let's apply this one first. Okay, so let's do this crafting manuscript controller. So what we need are two things. First is the pickable item controller. So we can just make this private, actually. Private dot pickable item controller. Oh no, we need it to be public, because we're editing stuff. It says public. So item controller, and then this one can be private. Private persistent object controller. This one just houses our ID. Okay, so what happens is on start, so we will be spawning this, right? On start. So on start, we will just we're gonna assign all of them first. So item controller is equal to get component pickable item controller. So that's the first thing we need to do. And then after that, this one we're gonna assign it as well. So still the same, like that, and then like that. And then so just for error, like prevent errors, and persistent controller is not null. We'll say that, hey, persistent controller, I want you to update this one, pickable item controller. The item controller dot. So this is the tricky part, because we need to modify the names. Just here, this is separated, right? Item name and quality. And then here, it's one string. Okay, so let's go to GPT and ask it to make us something related to this, just to make it quick. Okay, so let's tell it okay. So let's give it some information first. Okay, so let's just give it this one first. This is the script we are making right now. Don't do anything yet. Get ask questions first. This is how I work with GPT, actually. Okay, so also one question at a time. Okay, for more info, persistent controller contains a string called this one, spawner ID. And I made all crafting manuscripts spawner ID manually with this format. CM underscore quality, just be specific, item quality underscore item name. Example, CM underscore crude underscore hatchet. I want you to put crude and hatchet to the, what do you call this again? To the item controller and provide the quality and item. Is it item name? Let's see. Is it called item? Let's see. Yeah, manuscript item name. So let's just open this first. Manuscript quality. Let's just put it here. Item controller dot manuscript quality and item controller item name. So item name, this one. I think that's very straightforward. But I said test to field people to much of a string. Okay, so that's a good question. String. It's just a string. Do you want values, sparse array, professor array at runtime? Start or some manuscript should act as a fallback. Just at start. Because we're spawning it anyway, like once the scene loads. Should the parsing be strict to be exact? Maybe make a log just for error purposes. So B. Okay, so this is how this is one technique I do. Sometimes GPT is like dumb and randomly creates stuff. So I ask it to don't do anything, ask questions first until we come up with a conclusion on what to do. And I always ask it to just ask one question at a time so that I will not get overwhelmed. So should the parse values be assigned as case preserved or case preserved? So no more questions. So we'll do a summary. So on start, read percentage per ID. Okay. Split by this. Assign. Okay. Preserve case. For valid. Okay. Yes. Go. So implement. Okay, there. So that was fast. Okay, so let's review the code. So again, if you're working with GPT, always review the code. So here, pick up. So we're setting them. Then some error debugs. So this is the spawner ID. This is correct. Yes. And then, so we're splitting it. Which is how it splits. It uses the underscore as a splitter. Wait, how about this one? Okay. Okay, so if it's not CM, part 0 is not CM. Okay, so that means if it's not a crafting manuscript. Okay, so I think this is okay. This is a good way to do it though. Okay, let's try. There. Okay, so let's see for errors. There's no errors. Let's try it. While it's loading, be right back. I got some water first. Okay, I'm back. Let's see if this system works. You should see the items description immediately. Yes, did work. See? Oh, everything did work. Now let's try and like drop all of these things first. There. Then let's get all of these things. Take the other one. So there you go. So it did work. See? now have the manuscripts, right? Okay, let's exit the game first and see if the save system works as well. So, no. Okay, let's see if it's there. Okay, it's here. So our save system did work. Okay, what's going on here? Okay. Two, 1, 4. Okay. Just put some null checks. Just to prevent errors. Okay, so it did work. Now we need to make another system that is tied to this as well. So if we're gonna pick it up, we need to tell the save system that this is already picked up, right? So it will not respawn again and again. So because we only have one crafting manuscript in the world, it's just unique. So we need to make that system that, because right now it doesn't really save it. So we need to make something like this. So what happens here is let's investigate the vessel. So Aether vessel one. So this one handles the Aether vessel. So if the Aether vessel is spawned, wait. This one. This one breaking. Start break object. See this? It's saving it. So it's telling our save system. This one is our save system. It's just public. It's telling it to, hey, we already interacted with this item. That's why it's saying this, right? And you should no longer spawn because we already interacted with it. So that's how it should work. Yeah, like, so we have your pickable item controller. This one handles the interactions, like this one. If we're trying to pick it, it will store to an inventory and send to an inventory. See this? And then it will tell us, okay, find slot available in spawn. If spawn is equal to 0, active false. This means that this item has been taken and placed into the inventory. So I think we need to touch on this one. Okay. So to make this easier, we just need to make a boolean here, just to make it simpler. We're gonna make this public bool. Let's call this manuscript, or it's manuscript. This thing. We have many manuscripts. So pickable item manuscript. If it's a manuscript, it should mark the manuscript as something, right? So it should be like this. So it's manuscript. So I'm gonna put it here. If it's manuscript, and we're gonna do something. So let's see. So this is the crafting manuscript. And then we're gonna find the crafting manuscript, and then we're gonna make a function here to save. So public void save manuscript state. And maybe we're just gonna put string for the state, and then state, like that. So we're gonna tell it to call this. So if this manuscript, we're gonna find this crafting manuscript controller, and then we're just gonna add more to this here. So if we don't find crafting manuscript, we'll try building and so on and so forth. So we're gonna do it like this, I think. And then we're gonna get component crafting manuscript controller. This one. There. So if we, so this is the first condition. So if this one is not null, it's not null, we're gonna tell it, hey, crafting manuscript controller, please save. Yes, we already took the item, so please save the manuscript state, and then save it as interacted, because we interacted with it, right? So that should be it, and then let's go back to this state. So how should we save it? So let's check first this one. Yeah, this one. And then the saving system should be something like this. Should be like this. So we have this one, the persistent object controller, which is this persistent controller. Spawner ID. So that should be like the tag. And then this is the instance slot. Let's see if this is here. Let's just double check first. Save manager is also public. Instance slot, okay. And interacted. So we're just saying that spawner ID, which is CM hatchet or crude hatchet, is interacted. So that's how it should go. Right. And then we're gonna do the reverse of this as well. We're gonna tell the system if we're dropping items, it should say that the manuscript state is like not saved, or we're gonna delete it. We're gonna delete the save. So that it will reset to the original. So that's how we're gonna make it. And then if we're gonna go to Francis and give it to Francis, so technically we're removing it from our inventory, and then we're gonna tell the save system to mark this as used. So that's how we should save things. Okay, let's try. Let's try this. Okay, so let's press play. While waiting, I'm gonna put on chat as well, so that people who just came in will see what we're working on. Okay, so right now we're tying it to the save system. Okay, let's go. So as you can see here on the table, our inventory system already has a save system, so we don't need to worry about this. What we need to think about are these two here on the table. So essentially, if we're gonna pick this one, say we pick this, and then we pick this other one, it should tell on our JSON file that these two has been picked, right? So let's try and check that one. So let's go to our save system. I use easy save, by the way. And then we're gonna check the path. This is the save file. So this one. Well, let's test. So inventory tests. So we have here the crafting manuscript. So this is the one in the inventory, but we don't want that. We want the other ones. Let's see if it did save. I think it didn't save. See, I don't see any CM here, so there should be CM. So it didn't save anything. It just saved the ones in the inventory. So if we're gonna reset this, it will not do anything. So essentially, it didn't work. So let's figure out why. So here's the error. Okay, so this one is the error. No, not this one. Should pick up all item data. So let's fix this one as well. Let's fix this one first. 2, 7. Okay. It should be here. Okay, let's fix this first. just a minor issue with some loops. Okay, so let's so this already fixed. Let's try and investigate why it's not here. Invalid spawn format. This. This one. Let's expand this first. So this is the error. So invalid spawn format, expected CM quality item name. Okay, so why is that? Because if we check this, let's check this, okay? And see, it's actually correct. Should have that one. CM underscore quality. Let's investigate. So let's go to crafting this one. So it's saying this one invalid spawner. Therefore, it didn't split well. Crude hammer, this is correct. Spawner ID. So we do have spawner ID. Same here. So the issue is with this one.